Today is Tuesday, the 5th of April, today too.
Alright, thank you. Okay. Whoop. Alright, so, you guys know the drill. I talked to you a little bit about this yesterday, but today the plan is to finally finish up the drawing and then start gathering materials. So yesterday when I said I had about one section left, that was kind of a lie. I have about only a half section left, so that's about 1 or 2 tricks. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to make up a little checklist of all of the stuff that I need and then start gathering materials. So let's not waste any more time, let's finish up that drawing. Alright, so we finally finished the drawing and it looks pretty awesome. Now I'm going to write up a checklist of all of the materials that I'm going to need based on this drawing. I've already written up a checklist of things that I thought I might use, but since I'm done with this drawing, I need to look back at this to see what objects I actually did use and how many. And how many is really important because specifically for Hot Wheels track, I ended up using a lot more than I thought I would. And not only more than I'm willing to bring to school to use, actually more than I own. So that either means that we have to go out and buy some, or I have to kind of redraw the plans and replace them with dominoes. Neither of which are out of the question, but we do have some work to do on that. But without further ado, let's count up some of the parts in here and see what we can do, and then let's start gathering materials. So in this drawing I included a little bit of a key, and I've already talked about why this is before, but this also serves as a way to write down how many of each object I need. So right next to each of these objects I'll be writing down how many I used in the drawing so that I can go home, buy some if possible, or just collect each of those materials. Okay, so according to my rough calculations, and I say rough because it's kind of hard to count everything, but according to my rough calculations, we need 18 long Hot Wheels tracks, 19 medium ones, and 12 short ones. And that could be a problem, because I don't even have that many Hot Wheels tracks. So, as I predicted, we need to do something about that. The only other one on this list that might be a problem here is the 23 ping pong balls. So yeah. Alright, now it's time to go collect some of the more exciting objects, such as the larger objects and more interesting objects, I guess, that I'll be using in the machine, such as the bike wheel, the gutter piece, the screws, stuff like that. Okay, so it turns out that that giant spring I wanted to use is actually just attached to a whole lot of other stuff. It's like part of a huge assembly, so it doesn't really come apart from everything else. So it looks like I'll have to find a screw or a spring somewhere else. You want some zip ties?
So I just printed out a checklist of all of the materials that I might need, and I'm going to go through and check off the ones that I have so far and circle the ones that I need to pay attention to. Obviously there's still a lot of things on this checklist that I don't have, including the stuff that needs to be custom made and the stuff that needs to be brought from home, but today I'm specifically only focusing on the stuff that I need from the CAD room.
And as you can see, I still am missing a couple of things, including the binders, the textbooks, and the fishing line. I'm also going to need to bring in some Hot Wheels cars and a large model car, because the ones that he has in his room are kind of broken.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
I also forgot to mention, but I found Jenga blocks in the room, so that will be very useful. Alright, so tonight I'll be talking to my parents a little bit about how I can get my hands on some of those other materials, possibly buying stuff, you know? And then tomorrow in class I'll talk to my teacher about getting some of those parts custom made. So I'm going to need a structure to hold the giant bike wheel, I'm going to need a structure to hold the zip line, all that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to try to get 200 little wooden planks just so that I can make everything look all nice and professional, just like the biology machine at ISM. And who knows, I might actually end up with some custom-made direction changers too. So, I guess there's not a whole lot else for me to do, and it's almost the end of class. So, I'm going to have to cut it off here for day 5. Okay, so I know I said that was it for day 5, but we've actually got a little bit more to do. I just talked to my parents about the whole situation with all the Hot Wheels track, and we just ordered 2 large packs from Amazon. So that should be more than enough in terms of Hot Wheels track, but I still need a couple more materials. So tonight I'm going out to a couple of different stores and I'm going to buy some tape, some string, and some ping pong balls. Alright, okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. We got some black string, 2 rolls of black duct tape, and 3 packages of ping pong balls. So the first thing I want to do is test out these ping pong balls to make sure they actually work. So let's do that. Alright, time for the moment of truth. Oh. Alright, so I know it looks like they bounce, but it really just doesn't feel or sound right. Like, let's do a comparison to a regular ping pong ball. Okay, so here's a regular one. And then here's the one I just got. Like, I guess they kind of act the same, but like, there's like a significant difference. I can just feel it, so I don't know what we're going to do about this. Well, that's disappointing. I guess I learned my lesson not to buy ping pong balls that are literally $1. But we do have a plan. We're going to be visiting Target in the near future to get some more. So I guess on that note, we're going to end day 5 here. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.